Yes, healthy can be this good. Hi everyone, it's Dr. Reverend Moriam, and this is Dinner Time to Heal. Are you looking to lose weight or manage diabetes? Well, today I'm going to show you how I made this easy recipe for a warm and cold salad with my homemade hummus and the most flavorful, tender, and juicy air fryer chicken. It's low in calories, low in sodium, and low in carbs, and will help stabilize blood sugar. It's easy, healthy, and delicious. My friends, it's decadent. Let's get started. We're going to start off with my homemade white bean hummus. Chickpeas are not the only way to make hummus. I love white northern beans. They come out so smooth and they hold flavor really well. I've tried so many hummus recipes, so I just couldn't find one that was simple enough for my lifestyle and one that I actually liked. Along with the store-bought brands, they were too lemony or sour or just lacking in flavor. So I came up with my own. The secret to making white bean hummus is cooking the beans first. I start off with 1 can, rinsed well, and a half a can of water, and begin to season. Before blending the beans, we will add more seasoning. So all you need is a very small sprinkle, maybe about a 4 teaspoon each of salt, black pepper, onion and garlic powder. And it's important to use not the salt, but the powder. You want the powder. Also, thyme and cinnamon. I prefer Ceylon cinnamon for this. And then there's an optional half teaspoon of grade A maple syrup, not the kind you put on your pancakes. You cook on a medium to low heat covered for at least 10 minutes to soften them properly. I had found that a lot of recipes for hummus used a crazy amount of oil. I use tahini. If you don't use tahini sauce, it's basically just a bean dip. But I use tahini, and that has an incredible amount of healthy fat type of oil, but still adding more oil to it when blending and then putting more oil on top was just too much for me. And I live not just with diabetes, but heart disease. So I put in about a capful of olive oil into the water before boiling, and I find that it makes it extremely smooth and very flavorful without adding the extra oil and making it less healthy. After 10 minutes of boiling, let it sit for another 5 or 10 minutes to cool, and then put it into your blender. I let most of the water boil out, so I just added about a 1/4 cup of extra water to make it more smooth. You can use ice, but water works just fine. Trust me here. And then I'm going to take a fresh lemon and put 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. After that, I'm going to use this good healthy fat made of mostly sesame seeds called tahini. And I'm going to put in about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of tahini. And then another sprinkle. Remember, I said I'm going to add some more seasoning after. We're going to put in another sprinkle of salt and pepper, and you can add more to taste later. And then we're going to add in some smoked paprika. I'm going to put in a 4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. But my friends, you can use sweet paprika. It works just as good. But I have on hand some smoked paprika that I'm about all out, so I'm just using it up. And then I'm going to put another 4 teaspoon of ground cumin powder. After that, we're going to go ahead and blend it up, put it in a container, and store it in the refrigerator. Now, when you put it in the container, the trick here to keep it longer in the refrigerator, this can last you about 4 days to a week if you properly store it. So to properly store it, and just don't put it into your Tupperware. Put some plastic wrap on top before you put your Tupperware top on. And I like these that kind of close in. They have like 4 sides to it. It really holds it airtight. I put it in the middle to the back of my refrigerator where it's the most coldest. Now, the next step is making this air fryer chicken. My friends, it is so tender, so juicy, so flavorful, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I'm going to use 3 pieces of chicken breast for this recipe. Now, no chicken breast is the same. So I'm going to take this mallet here. I'm going to put some plastic wrap on my cutting board for food safety. And then I'm going to just whack it. I'm going to whack the heck out of this chicken breast until they're all about the same size. And making it flatter and beating it up this way really tenderizes the meat. And it just really helps the recipe come out just perfect. Once they're all around the same size, I'm going to use avocado oil. And I use avocado oil because it just works better inside the air fryer other than olive oil. But the avocado oil just seems to work better. You don't get too much burning on your food and it cooks more evenly. But I just rub it in on both sides of each chicken breast. Next is the seasoning. My friends, I'm an old school cook here, so there are no same size pieces of chicken. So there's not going to be a recipe that I'm going to give you for this that's going to have the same amount of seasoning. So you have to learn how to feel out your food. Each can of beans doesn't have the same amount of beans. So feel it out. You have to learn how to feel. I'm old school here, Appalachian cooking. I'm going to sprinkle enough for the visual effect and to cover each side of the chicken of coarse kosher salt, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, either Italian seasoning or parsley here, and some smoked paprika. And you want to do this to both sides. And you want the seasonings to be even on each piece of meat. The next step is putting the chicken in the air fryer. Now, what I didn't show you on these first two pieces of chicken breasts was that I put in a 1/4 cup of water on the bottom of my air fryer. My goodness, my friends, if you haven't tried this, you must. It makes a true difference on the juiciness and tenderness of your chicken and steak. Now, this is a new product, so I'm going to show off a little bit here. This is my new Chefman air fryer. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it so much. What a difference in the healthiness of my food. Less oil, less cooking time. Absolutely flavorful. You don't have to put as much seasoning on your food because it truly brings out the flavor and the salts in your meats and your foods. But this is 8 quarts, so I could put a whole chicken in there, a small chicken if I wanted to. But wow, I love this. You have to check one out. You have to get one. And trust me, it makes a difference in your life. But it has all these settings. It's got defrost, bake, and air fryer. We're going to use the air fryer here. I make sure that it's at 400 degrees and it starts with 15 minutes. But it has this thing called shake. And you can either shake, like if you're using like potatoes or something like that. But we're using chicken, so I'm going to take some tongs for safety. I don't want to burn myself. And flip it over when it becomes 7 minutes and 15 seconds or something like that. 7 minutes and 20 seconds. But it lets like a little beep sound. And then you flip it over and you put it back in and cook it the rest of the way. And my friends, you're talking perfection here. We're talking juicy, flavorful, tender. Oh my gosh, the most delicious gourmet style, restaurant style food in your home. Quick, it's easy, it's healthy, it's delicious. Yes, it comes out super decadent. So yeah, again, what I didn't show you was putting in about a 1/4 cup of water on the bottom of the air fryer before putting the meat in. But honey, baby, the proof is in the pudding. Will you just look at this deliciousness right here? Look how juicy, look how even the color is on the outside. It's cooked thorough all the way. Get a food thermometer, okay, to make sure it's well done. And so you don't get any food poisoning. But my gosh, you're going to put it on a plate. You're going to put some foil on there, put some foil on that bad boy and let it sit. And the juices will continually cook and the foil will keep it warm while we do our next step. But I'm going to go ahead and make this third piece. Once all your chicken is done, it's time to plate. I'm going to go ahead and carve this chicken into long waist slices. I'm going to put it on my cutting board and slice it up. My goodness, my friends, will you just look at the juiciness coming out of this meat? I'm going to slice it long ways. And then once that's nice and sliced up evenly, I'm going to go ahead and you can make it as thin or as thick as you want these pieces. It's all a matter of preference. I'm going to get this nice, juicy, firm beef steak tomato. I'm going to give maybe 3 slices, 1 slice for each plate. And then I'm going to go ahead and begin to put all of my ingredients on this white plate because I like the color. It makes all the other colors pop. Because after putting on this hummus, you're just going to spread it on facing you. And then on the opposite direction of the hummus, we're going to put on long ways some arugula. It's fresh, it's crispy, it's a little peppery. It just adds to the flavor and the aroma of this deliciousness right here. And then once the arugula is on top of the hummus, you place on the chicken. And oh my gosh, you could just eat it just like this. I think this looks beautiful too, but we're making a cold, warm salad here. You can't have a salad without tomatoes. If you're allergic, don't put the tomatoes on there, but I like it, the tomatoes. I put just a little extra salt, a little extra pepper, and some dry parsley. You can use fresh if you like. It probably will make it look even more beautiful. My goodness. Easy, healthy, delicious. Yes, it's decadent. Yes, healthy can be this good. My friends, this is hormone balancing, weight stabilizing, blood sugar stabilizing, healthy, easy to make meal that your taste buds will thank you for and your heart will sing its praises and never forget. This is dinner time, and this is so healing. Easy, healthy, delicious, decadent. Here's to your health. Don't forget to subscribe to the Awakening of Phoenix Living with Disability Healing. This channel was created to empower those who feel and become unwanted after trauma, heal through spirituality, and improve the quality of their life while living with disability. I want to thank you all for your support. Our trademark is now registered. It is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It is your journey that can define your spirituality.